Alright, so this is where we're camping tonight. Have the tent set up a little bit before dark. Unfortunately, the highway is right there, so we'll hear that all night, but it's still a really beautiful spot. No fires, but that's okay as well. We got our tent set up. We're gonna go ahead and run into town real quick and then come back, hopefully before it gets too much darker.
Backseat puppy. Backseat.
Mabel, backseat. So Arizona is known for a few things, like the Grand Canyon, like the Hoover Dam, which is on the Nevada-Arizona border, Apache trout. But a thing that they are very well known for is hot pickles. Did you know that?
I didn't know that. When I saw those, I wondered if you would get one. That's disgusting.
Rightly so. Yep.
After that?
After that, yeah. Are the rumors true?
Rare.
Yeah, it is. It's not like a real crisp pickle, but that's the way Arizona does it, so.
I don't like it.
No?
It's also too spicy for me. But
Yeah.
it's still really chapped in it.
Oh, yeah.
Burning.
Cool thing in there, they have 3 different varieties: original, hot, and cherry. Did you know that's what the red ones were? Cherry pickles? Have you ever seen that before?
At another gas station around here.
But open the top of the jar to smell them, and it smells exactly like what you would think, like dill pickle mixed with cherry.
Gross.
Yeah, probably pretty gross. Take off the cat shirt. We haven't been back to the camp for even a couple minutes, and Mabel requests to go into the tent. She's such a baby with camping. Whatever's indoors is where she needs to be. This is Haley's Maverick burrito station. Nice.
My eyes are so miserable. Fucking eyes, man. They're so little. The next one I'm gonna beef up some more.
Alright. Hey, sweetie. Oh, your breath smells bad. You got a stinky mouth. Alright, so we're just a little bit down the road from where we stayed last night. Haley has a burrito factory on the trunk of the car. Today we're moving north, starting to make our way back home. I think I already said all this, to Salt Lake City. We just made it to Salt Lake City, Utah, where 50% of the population is Mormon. I guess 62% in the whole state's Mormon. It's a lot for a whole state. We stopped at this First Street Coffee to relax and check Wi-Fi and see what our next move is. good views behind us. Across this sign with a million bullet holes in it. It's kind of windy, so it's making a cool sound as all the wind passes through them all. Let's see if we can hear it through the camera. Probably also just blowing into the camera mic. So this is the road that takes us to the Spiral Getty. It's a section of on the northern part of the Great Salt Lake. We're about 10 miles away, and we're just now, when we're at like a little bit higher elevations, we're just now starting to be able to see part of the lake. I think it's gonna be a really pretty sunset tonight. Spiral Getty out in front of us. I think the first step we're going to do is try to find our camping site and then set up a tent and do a little bit of exploring. I might get pooped on by a seagull. You say, oh, I can't be modest, you got me right where you want it, and oh, the stars, the universe, and Mars. Alright, tent is set up. The sun has set, but the sky is still light enough that we can still do a little bit of exploring. Going down to check out the spiral. Mabel's feet are starting to touch sand, so she's getting really stoked. Mabel's leash just broke. About to let her off anyway. It's like she's carrying around a whip.
Mabel, stay right here. She's so stoked.
This is weird. It's like, that's the weirdest feeling sand. I can't almost describe it. Sand mixed with goo. She needed this run. It's been since the cabin in Black Rocks that she really got a good run.
Come on.
Can you describe the way this sand feels?
Sticky sand.
Like sticky?
Yeah.
I think I kind of figured it out. Like I just got a, I can't get it, but I just got this blob stuck to my foot, and it's kind of like if you stepped in like dog poop. It's kind of that consistency. So here's actually some of the salt, just a little pool that partially dehydrated. But this lake is salty enough that you can swim in it, and kind of like, I guess, the Dead Sea, where you just don't sink. You just stay on the very surface. Ooh, maybe we'll just about ran into me. But also, if you swim in this, you're gonna have to have fresh water to get the sand off, or the salt off, or you'll get like itchy and whatnot. No. Mabel walked all the way back to the car without a leash. She did pretty good. Mabel, come on.
Mabel, come on. Mabel. Come on. Good girl. Get some water.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah, and luckily we're the only ones way out in this peninsula or wherever we are. We're the only ones here.
And unlock.
Yeah. Star, look up there. It's the first star I see in the sky tonight. And we just got back to the tent, and Mabel's ready for bed. There's some nice crickets here. Is this the first time we've heard crickets? Like where we've been camping?
I've heard them before, but I don't remember where.
Cool. Yeah, you don't really hear them in like northern Oregon very much. Cool. This partially so it doesn't come out like so fast. Downward.
It's so cool.
Slower. Slower. We're making our way north now, not too far away from our camping area. We just washed Mabel's feet off because there was so much salt on it, and then we noticed that there's a bunch of bites on her belly. That camping spot was awesome, that area was great, but as soon as the sun hit a certain spot in the sky, a bunch of these biting gnats came out, and I'm not talking about just a little. I mean, it was absolutely crazy and miserable, and you're constantly moving, and they're in your ears and they're biting, and I haven't seen it yet, but Haley said I have like 3 bites somewhere around this area. But Mabel's belly is just dotted with red. It's looks really uncomfortable. Oh, there's a dog on the truck. But from this point, we're kind of thinking about just heading home. We have under 10 hours. Yeah, Salt Lake City is much closer to Portland than either of us expected, and we're 2 hours roughly north of Salt Lake City. Like, we're not tired of being on the road, but it's just like we're so close to heading home, and we're like going that direction. So might as well. So we're another 100 miles or so north right now. Stopped at a gas station. Actually, a really awesome place called Mr. Gas. Top 5 rest areas ever. But anyway, we're putting some cream on Mabel's belly. She seems to be loving it, but look at all these bumps.
That's so much fun. Look at all this stuff. It's alive, huh?
Alright, so as you know, we're on our way home, and it is quite a drive. I think like 10 hours or something. So to make things just a little bit quicker, Haley, the portal, please. Alright. Well, oh, the car. Welcome home. I don't know how we're gonna get back.